Welcome to another episode of Dizzarian Plays Everquest 2 TLE Time Lock Expansion. Blah, expansion. That's nice. Anyway, if you look here, you can see that I am a level 7 Ogre Berserker and a level 9 Artisan. Ooh, yeah, so I did some crafting while we were away, and mainly just to gear up here and get some boxes, 8-slot boxes, so I could, have room for everything, because we were running out of space anytime we went out questing. So I just did some simple crafting, leveled up to 9. There were a lot of crafters in there, so hopefully the economy gets up so we don't have to do this anymore. I'm not a crafter, as I've said, so I just rather buy everything off the market. So we are going to log in and pick up where we left off. So let's go ahead and finish up this quest. I want to finish up the graveyard here today, and then move into, I think, the sprawl. So let's see what he has to say for himself.
I hope your search for the missing pages has been fruitful. Neither of us can afford to disappoint the Overlord.
Now I've found the missing pages.
Well done. Sadar was right to choose you for this duty. Where did you find the pages?
Well, I found them over there by the Tower of Mar, and underneath some of the stuff and around,
The undead had them, eh? It is as I feared. There has been a marked increase in their activities as of late, the investigation of which has monopolized my time.
Mine too.
Perhaps the veil between our world and Etherneer is weakening. Or maybe the influence of Nathaniel Marr is returning in some way to awaken his falling soldiers.
Wouldn't be good.
In any case, the safety of Freeport demands that you get these pages to Sadar right away.
I will take the pages to him.
Here, take this book cover and put the pages inside it for safekeeping. Take the tome to Sadar so that he can finish his research.
Okay. So let's examine this. So you can see here I've got my nice 8-slot bags. I haven't gone to my house to plant this stuff in yet, but I got a lot more room. So I guess we just go straight to him. That quest was not what he said. We didn't have to do anything with the pages, so that's good. And I'll run over there. Let's see what Sadar has to say.
Ah, I see you have returned. Have you brought back the pages you obtained from Varicus of the Keepers of Etherneer?
Oh, I spoke with him and have returned with the pages you need.
Excellent work. Please give me the pages at once. There is no time to waste.
Why are these so important?
Interested in hearing more of my tale, are you?
I don't know.
As you recall, the fallen Knights of Truth are buried here in the graveyard.
Yeah?
Recently, grave robbers have invaded the cemetery by night,
Yeah, I've been
breaking
killing
open
some
the
of
seals
those.
placed on the graves of the knights. This has enabled some of those cursed souls to rise and walk the land again.
Oh, that would explain it.
It does indeed. But there is a greater concern we must face, which is why I needed these pages.
Oh, what concern is
Long
it?
ago, our overlord commanded the Foci and the priests of the
Foci.
Dismal Rage to place a powerful ward upon this graveyard. It bound the spirits of those buried here to this place, so that even if they escaped their tombs, they would be unable to leave the graveyard.
Then what's the problem if you got a
The
ward?
binding spell was lost long ago. But the increase in undead activity may mean that someone loyal to Nathaniel Marr, or even the god himself, might be trying to shatter the ward and let the undead travel beyond these walls into the city itself.
Well, how about this ugly dude right here? You think he might be the cause?
No one is certain what became of the ancient gods. It's best not to take chances in any case. It could be some fanatical follower of Mar behind this, or even those savages from the decrepit kingdom of Kinos.
Oh, those Kinos guys.
I'm sure some of the corrupt citizens of Kinos are still loyal to Mar. By breaking the binding ward, the fallen Knights of Truth would be free to rise and seek revenge on our beloved Overlord. This cannot come to pass.
Well,
Of course, the Overlord and the Freeport militia could handle the undead army, but the chaos caused by their presence would afford the cowardly legions of Antonia Bale the chance to launch a sneak attack on our city. That wretched queen is just waiting for a chance to strike.
I know, she's wretched. Does Kinos wish to go to war with us?
Kinosians are cowards, to be sure. They are afraid of open war with the Overlord. However, striking at us through this graveyard is just the kind of tactic they would use.
Are you going to cast the Binding Ward again?
Casting another ward while the first one is in effect may have unforeseen consequences. We don't want to risk that.
Okay. So what?
I was sent here to complete 2 tasks. First, to obtain these pages so they did not fall into the wrong hands.
Well, we did that.
Second, to determine if the ward still holds or if the spell must be cast again.
So how do we do that?
I only know of one way to be sure, but it's somewhat risky.
Oh, yeah, of course
Do
it
you
is.
feel up to the challenge?
suppose.
You've served me well in the past, so I have faith that you will be able to accomplish this for me as well.
Okay.
Good. This is what I need done. I want you to take this ancient relic to the ruins of the Tower of Mar and place it in the doorway. The relic has been stained with the blood of the Knights of Truth, and has been in the keeping of the Academy of Arcane Science since the day of that final battle.
You mean this ruined tower near the Keepers of Etherneer?
Yes, the remains of that tower still serve as a tribute to Nathaniel Marr. Such a relic would be seen as an abomination to him.
Is something bad going to happen if I take it there?
Do not worry. The binding ward that keeps the undead here also prevents outside influences from entering the graveyard and keeps any lingering energies in check. So long as the ward holds, you should be safe when you place that relic in the doorway.
And what if it doesn't hold?
What could happen? The gods have been gone for centuries. You have proven yourself to be a brave hero of Freeport. Do not waver now.
I'll do this. What's in it for me?
Spoken like a true citizen of Freeport. Listen, if you help me with this, I'll be sure you are rewarded for your efforts. The Academy will take notice of us both.
Very well.
Just take the relic and place it in the doorway. And whatever you do, don't lose it. It is an ancient artifact, and neither the Academy nor the Overlord would be pleased if it was misplaced.
All right. I'll return with it. So let's see. Right here. So let's just. So while the guy is long-winded, I like the storyline. I like seeing the Nathaniel Marr and how the graveyard here kind of connects to all of this. How this is trying to infiltrate it, or at least he thinks it is. All right, so I'm here. Now, take the destroyed relic. Maybe I have to put it here in my bar. Get rid of the mole rats. Okay, let's go inside. Where Zipbog is. A troll. Well, what do I do? Well, she's doing the same thing I'm doing. She's trying to figure this out. Let's go around back. Yeah, that piece of paper. That's where we got that piece of paper. And, well, I'm going to have to look this up. I don't know what to do. Alright, let's go out here. Can we... Ah, right there. We placed the relic. Uh-oh. You have been smote by the ancient blessing of Nathaniel Marr. Wow. Need to retrieve the relic. Pick up. I've collected the relic. Okay, let's go back and see what he has to say about that. That can't be good. Or maybe that's what he intended. These guys aren't exactly honest. They'll let you take a little zap for their own ways. All right.
Welcome back. I assume you concluded your investigation and found that the ward is still intact?
I'm not so sure about that. It was still full of potency. I was struck down by I was smote, actually, by the power of Nathaniel Marr for attempting to defile the tower.
This is dark news indeed. Marr blessed that tower long ago, and if some of that energy is now bleeding through, the ward is certainly weak. Fortunately, I've already begun translating the parchment pages you found for me in case they were needed. Oh, I'll need that artifact back, by the way.
You can have it.
While I finish the translation, I need you to help me once more. Are you willing?
Once more.
It is up to the two of us to restore the ward that keeps the undead confined to the graveyard. This is our chance to save Freeport.
I thought you were only to report back to the Academy.
There is no time to waste. True heroes must be prepared to rise to the occasion and embrace their destiny. You have a bold future ahead of you. Now is the time to act.
What's in it for me?
Fame and fortune, of course. The Academy is sure to take notice of you when I report to them of what has occurred here today. You may
Very
even be
well.
noticed by the Overlord himself.
Let's do it.
I want you to go back to Veracus and the Keepers of Etherneer. Tell him that we need to restore the ward and that we need the Staff of Etherneer.
I will do so. What is this Staff of Etherneer? Sorry.
This staff has runes carved along its length that ward off the undead. It is often used by the Keepers of Etherneer during purifying rituals.
Why do we need the
The
staff?
Staff of Etherneer, when used along with the arcane power contained in the Book of the Dead, will help me repair the ward.
Okay. What? Book of the Dead?
Time is of the essence. The ward may be fading faster than we realize, and we must repair it.
All right. Where is it? Let's see. I was trying to say, get this from Veracus. Oh, isn't he that guy over here? Next to the Tower of Mar? I believe so. Hopefully. That'll, yeah, see, he's right over here. Alright, Veracus. Your
Hello
turn.
again. What brings you back to the Keeper?
Zadar has need for something that you possess.
I have no more spell parchments, if that's what he's after.
No, he needs the
The
staff.
Staff of Etherneer is our most sacred relic.
Right.
Entrusted to our order when it was founded in Neriak. I couldn't possibly part with it, even for a short while.
But...
Though my order now serves the Academy of Arcane Science, my vow to the Keepers of Etherneer supersedes the Academy's demands. Why does he need the staff?
The ward keeping the undead inside the graveyard is failing, and we need the staff to restore it.
That is dire news indeed. But wouldn't someone like Thaumaturge Renalius at the Academy be better suited for this task?
There's no time.
Very well. Sadar may use the Staff of Etherneer. He can return it to me when he's certain the binding ward is back in place.
I'll let him know.
Travel swiftly.
We have it.
All of Freeport is depending.
Oh, back and forth, back and forth. So, while we're doing this, let's take a look and let's see where everybody is on the servers. We are going to go find players, all zones, from level 15 on. And we have some level 21s on. I'm sure there's higher because this is, again, a weird time of day to play, but pretty cool. We've got, ooh, look at all the people in the Fallen Gate. That's awesome. There hasn't been that many in the Fallen Gate in years, probably. That's, and Stormhold, this is great. Seeing where everybody's at. Everybody's actually playing. That's so cool. Alright. Come on, Zadar.
Have you obtained the Staff of Etherneer?
Right here?
Well, I'm sure it was difficult to convince Veracus to part with it, but this is indeed the Staff of Etherneer.
That doesn't help me. How can you tell?
Do you see these runes inscribed upon it? They are written in the language of the dead. When spoken to the living, this language sounds like mere whispers, but to the undead it sounds as clear as how you and I are speaking now.
Okay.
This language is quite difficult to master and is only known by a few at the Academy. I fear this knowledge is beyond even my considerable talents.
So how can we use it?
Now that we have the staff, we need the means to decode the runes. Fortunately, an artifact within this graveyard will give us the ability to do that.
I had a feeling.
You understand our relationship well, my friend. I am the brains, and you are the brawn.
Well,
But don't
I
worry.
am an
One day, when you have
ogre.
achieved the standing within the Academy that I have, you can find underlings who will do your busy work for you.
All right, whatever.
To
Just
finish
tell
my
me what I need to
translation
find.
of the parchment and make use of the Staff of Ethernir, I need you to retrieve the Book of the Dead.
I thought you
This is the
had
only
it.
way we can renew the Binding Ward and keep Freeport safe from the remnants of the Knights of Truth.
You mentioned this book before. What is it?
The Book of the Dead is a powerful tome indeed. It is an ever-growing catalog of the dead, used by necromancers to track the history of corpses and their date of inhumation. It is said that the book
Inhumation.
originated within the Ethernir itself.
One book keeps track of every being that has died in Norath?
Only a few copies of this book are known to exist, so they are extremely sought after. It is said that one of the Overlord's lieutenants used a copy of the book centuries ago to place a curse upon the Knights of Truth.
What kind of curse?
If a powerful necromancer places the name of a living being into the Book of the Dead, a curse will slowly turn that poor soul into a mindless walking corpse.
Neat.
According to our historians at the Academy, that tome remains here in the graveyard, buried within one of these many tombs.
Okay.
I have read some recent reports that Everquest sent to the Academy that speak of an increased presence of grave robbers here in the
Yes, we
cemetery.
talked about
They could have
that.
found the book without even realizing its deadly power.
And it's dangerous?
It is a very dangerous artifact and is not to be trifled with.
Look at him wagging
This
his
book
finger
should
at
only
me.
be opened by those who can harness the evil magic contained within. Those lacking this necromantic knowledge will most certainly meet a grisly and unfortunate end.
All right, I won't open it.
Confront the local grave robbers and determine if one of them has obtained the Book of the Dead. The grave robbers tend to work at night, so begin your search then.
All right, we gotta make quick work.
Excellent. Return to me when you have found it.
Okay. All right, so we gotta find these robbers real fast because it's 3 a.m. game time, so they are not gonna be out for very long. Wrong way. Let's go around to the side here. And when I killed them earlier, they were heroics because they were linked. Yeah, I hope they haven't gone away. There was also a lot of people hunting them and trying to advance their quest, so hopefully they're here. Do I need you? Alright, so we're gonna do a look around. See if I can find some of these guys. So, it's too late for the grave robbers. You can see it's now 5:30, and they weren't out for that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over to the sunken city, and we're going to start some quests there. And if it gets to be midnight again, game time, then we'll pop back over and start those quests. So let's see what we got going on here.
These are my fish, so you can't have them. Go find your own.
Oh my. Alright, this is a minor quest, so we're not going to read it. But do get a small... Oh, it's a level 10. Yeah, we'll go ahead and accept it.
Oh, you'll help me? Oh, thank you so much, friend. I wish to make a nice souffle from the fins of the dusk sharks that roam the waters here in the sunken
Oh,
city.
yeah, I see them down there.
I need a large fin in order to make this souffle. I will be eagerly anticipating your return.
Alright, I'll be back when I have them. Of course, they're only level 6, so we're going to do this right now. Some glitching going on there. Yeah, so let's kill some sharks. Because how often do you get to kill sharks? As you can see, I did get a group taunt here with my last level. Anytime they got a green like that, it means... Green means target encounter. I think blue means just a general area effect, so anything in that area. greens are the best, especially for grouping, because that way you won't aggro anything that just happens to be standing around you, like some trash moths or something. So we like the target encounter spells. Those are great. My warlock, I like those as well.
These are my fish, so you can't.
I have the shark
Oh,
fins.
thank you so much, my good friend. These will be wonderful once they're prepared correctly. I need to be careful, though, because these shark fins can be highly poisonous if they aren't prepared correctly. Don't worry, though. I've prepared dishes very similar to this before. If you'd like, you can be the first person to try it when I'm done.
He's kind of creepy. Anyway, so he gave me, look at that. These are level 10, 30 minutes a piece, and he gave me 100 of them. Wow. That's worth doing for new players.
Well met.
I suppose formal introductions are in
Start
order.
these to see what they have
I
to
am
say.
Inquisitor Thorson, sent by my masters in the Dismal Rage to investigate a recent increase in undead activity here.
What's the Dismal Rage? Looks after the spiritual needs of Freeport people. We can congregate in the Temple of War. We are made up largely of priests, though we do employ other professions from time to time. What gods do you serve? Though in ancient times our priests served the old gods, we no longer bow to such archaic symbols of authority. Today, the Dismal Rage serves the Overlord and our High Priestess, Zelania Nevagon. If there's no gods around anymore, where do you draw your power? Some of us believe it was not the gods themselves that were the true power, but rather the planar forces that they represented. The ancient gods were symbols, the embodiment of the principles we now serve. And what is that? We draw our power from many sources, including principles of hate, fear, war, and decay. There are sects of the Dismal Rays dedicated to all of these ideals, and more, though we are united in our service to the Overlord and High Priestess Nevagon. And what is this place? You arrived at the Sunken City. Once a thriving district of Freeport, now it stands as a monument to the madness of those who would have sacrificed our beloved city to the waves. To the waves? I will tell you more if you want to hear it, but first I must review the notes I have observed since my arrival here. To learn a bit more about this place, go through the archway just ahead and speak to the Iskar named Sidith. Okay. Oh, this is level 4. I'll return shortly. So, you really should go here first, because this is going to be under level 4.
Search this place I have. Seen the dark and the light. You are on the docks of the sunken city. Things change here when it gets cold and dark. Zombies crawl from the shadows to drag the living back with them to their watery grave. Search for the cross if you are looking for death.
Okay. Everybody's so dramatic.
Well met.
Yes, he seemed about right. I think he's gotten a bit mad. I can tell you more about this place if you like, or we can skip all that and you can do some work. Take a quick look through here. It says it's a home of many sailors and merchants. This typical seafaring community, many of the residents worship Prexus, the Ocean Lord. Though boisterous and sometimes rowdy bunch, they live peacefully enough with the other citizens of Freeport. When the rendering began and the seas became impassable, Freeport's harbors fell on hard times. Shipping and trade ground to a halt, and the fishing industry collapsed. The dock of Freeport became a ghost town, now more for its crime than its commerce. In the climate of fear and uncertainty, a half-elven extremist named Elwyn gained following. He preached that Prexus wasn't angry with Freeport, and only through the hard work and the sacrifice of the followers would he see calm as prosperity return. I've heard enough. Okay.
Well met.
Enough chatter. Do you have anything me to do? He says, spirits of those innocent who died here, maybe fallen Prexen, who have caused this catastrophe. It is said that there are even more spirits who walk the floored streets after nightfall. And what do you want me to do? When the undead are defeated and their spirits are freed, they often leave behind a spectral essence that is properly analyzed, reveals much about their past. I must find out what is causing the increase in the activity among the undead and need you to obtain 4 spectral essences from the undead creatures. Okay. Oh, good. It's level 6. I'll return. So this one, I'm not as interested in as I was in the graveyard. So we're going to do just a lot of quests here. We may not read these.
No, I did it again. The boys back on the boat are gonna kill me. I blew all my coins on a game of dice. I just need a few more pirate coins to throw in, and I'll earn back my money in no time. Will you help me out? My crew will toss me overboard if they find out how much money I lost.
I'll do it. Just don't whine anymore.
Where do you think they come from? They're pirate coins. Those undead buggers roam around where it's wet. I'd go get them myself, but I gambled my sword away in a sure bet.
Alright, I'll get the pirate coins.
This place is a wellspring.
Definitely
for me.
where you need to
Look
start.
Around. Crates and barrels full of abandoned goods just waiting to be uncovered. There are far too many for me to search alone. My name's Lucor, and I deal antiques. I was told of the riches waiting to be discovered here, but I didn't believe it until I arrived. Will you help me search for some valuables?
Okay, I think I can. Yeah.
I need to add a few specific relics to my
It's not
collection.
good rewards yet.
Return when you fulfill
This
my
is going to be a little
order.
low level for us, I think. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through most of this off camera. You know, if you're just starting out or haven't started EQ TLE yet, this is where you want to go first. The storyline's not as good as the graveyard. So I'm going to do this. I will be back. Well, I have definitely got myself into some trouble. I should run. But this is probably going to be a good place to die, too. I wonder what I can do. Oh, here I go. Oh, these are heroic. Dar! And I have died. Oh. With that, I'm going to call it a video here. And when we get back, I'll finish up the graveyard quest. And I don't know. We'll see where we go from there. Till next time, if you've gotten this far, give me a like. Suggestions, comments, subscribe. Love it. Thanks, guys.